will this tell us where we're supposed to be?
AAC. We're at the wrong building.
I hate it
you don't
time.
like the elevator feeling?
Why don't you like it? I love it.
I don't like
Okay, we got to go over this direction.
Check it out. It's the person that's interviewing us today.
I have 3 young men here from the band Melon Soda, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. They haven't been together too long, but they make a whole lot of noise in my house for some reason, but they're okay. So guys, introduce yourselves.
All right, I'm Jacob. I play the drums.
Ooh, he got that voice. Look, I'm Jacob. I play the drums.
Yeah.
My name's Nick. I play bass guitar.
And my name is Aaron, and I play guitar.
Okay, do any of you sing?
No, we're an instrumental band.
Yeah. Right. So, how long have y'all been together?
Less than a year.
August. Since August 2017.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Really? That's all?
Like officially, yes.
Yeah, because we played. Nick had like his own music, and we played a show with Nick, us 3, and we were kind of like messing with some stuff, but we didn't really like make a group until August, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd had a couple jam sessions, but nothing officially official till August.
Okay, because see, Jacob, you've been around forever.
Yeah. Me and Aaron have played a lot of bands.
True.
Yeah.
Quite a few bands. But hey, everything has been good.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Y'all kind of grew up together.
Yeah.
And then y'all drug in this one.
Yes.
But hey, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. I'd like to play a little bit of a clip from one of your songs. Which one do y'all want me to start with?
The one labeled 11.
Okay.
Called Happy Ending, which is on our EP.
Yes.
Which you can find on Bandcamp. Just do bandcamp.com/melonsoda.
And you will find us.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, that's a little different. What type of music would you say this is?
It's like alternative rock.
Yeah.
Kind of pop punk a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like pop punk, emo
I've
alternative
never heard
rock
of
thing,
pop
yeah.
punk.
It's kind of recent, really. Well, I don't know. Maybe like since the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
That's fairly recent, yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Were you even born then?
In the 90s?
Yeah.
You were born in 94, Aaron.
No, still survived throughout 6 years of that.
Pop punk, I think, was just a little bit before our time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's heavily influenced our time.
So you're bringing it back?
Yeah.
Well, we're just kind of rolling in it. There's a lot of bands now that are kind of all over that. There's like a big scene for it.
For sure. Especially around here in Arlington.
Yeah, I think we'd rather just pull from it, make it our own a little bit, than try and reinvent the wheel on that one.
Okay. All right. Hey, tell me a little bit about yourselves. We're going to start with Jacob since he's to my far right.
Awesome. I'm
Forgot
Jacob.
who he was.
I'm Jacob. Yeah, I've played the drums for like, let's see here, a lot of years, and I've known Aaron for like 8. Nah, there's no way, 8
like
years,
7
years, and we've been playing music together. Probably all 8 of those, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was a UTA graduate, studied communication technology, and yeah.
Yeah, so again, my name's Nick. I actually started out playing guitar when I was about 7 or 8, and I was classically trained up until the point I was about 15, and I decided not to continue with guitar lessons because my teacher would have had to send me on to somebody else, and it was just a little bit too expensive. It was in Dallas. I live in a little town called Keene, which is like 35, 40 minutes away from Arlington, so you can imagine trying to drive to Dallas every week when I didn't even have a license at that point.
Yeah.
So I actually met Aaron and Jake because through a friend, his name's Adam, and they all were playing Call of Duty together, and I guess they just had so much fun together that they added each other on Skype. And at the time, my friend Adam and I would play World of Warcraft together a lot on Skype. So I call him up on Skype one night to play World of Warcraft. I get dragged into this huge, like, group call with like 10 or 15 people, and Aaron was in it in Skype, and I think Jacob was in it too. And so we kind of stayed low-key friends up until these guys had their last band, DTB, and things didn't quite work out with that, and they asked me to come in and start a new band and play bass for them, and it's been great. Had a time of my life.
Yeah, that's pretty much the beginning of that. Was just introductions?
Yes,
what we do?
introduction. Who are you? Where are you from?
I'm
Other
Aaron.
than your mama's house.
My name is Aaron Payton. I am from Mississippi, but moved around all over and ended up here in Dallas, Fort Worth. Did the high school thing, started a band in high school with my friend Christian, and of course, I guess for us, you can't have just a rock band with two people, so Christian knew a guy named Harrison who played guitar, and Harrison knew Jacob who played drums, and we put together a band. We did that for a few years, and Christian and Harrison decided music wasn't their thing at that time.
Yeah.
And me, Jacob, and I guess Harrison, he went through like a phase. He came back. We did DTB. I played bass for that. Oh, I forgot to say that I started on guitar, and then in the second band, I played bass. Mm-hmm. And now I'm back on guitar, and basically thrashing my vocal cords, trying to get some points across in this new band. Yeah, so fell into the music thing, and I think it's just something that I love to do.
Now, are you in college, wasting your mama's money?
I am in college. I am in my last semester right now. So soon I will be facing the real world, trying to make this the life.
There you go.
Okay, what do y'all, Aaron said, trying to make this the life. What are your goals and aspirations with this?
Oh, man. Goals. Just to be, everybody wants to be successful, but I think also it's important that I think all three of us we've all been in bands and stuff, and, just things don't always work out with people, and a lot of times a relationship, like with the band members or whatever, you get pretty close, and so when that falls apart, it's usually pretty sad, and so I think success would be just, staying together, staying friends, having fun, getting people to come to concerts.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I feel like kind of stuff that we're more focused on now that we kind of skipped over in the past was we're really setting up goals.
Good.
Goals like whether it be let's go play a show or let's make sure to set up our own shows. And we record our own music, so whenever we have an idea, we try and make sure that's fleshed out to its like greatest. I feel like incantation is like the biggest word I could use for that. Just the best that idea could be to get the point across. I feel like that's been our biggest thing, is making sure what we write actually says something outside of when we're just writing for fun. And when we try and write for fun, we try and make sure that's the spirit of what it is when we put that on paper.
What have you written for fun? Because y'all are so serious.
Well, for starters, The Flight of Puggy Jackson was a song that we wrote for fun, and it's the title, the titular track of our EP.
Right.
So, how did you come about The Flight of Puggy Jackson? I walk in the living room.
Great story, actually. What is that?
Wait a minute. What happened? The screen just went to lines.
That's new. I haven't seen that before.
Now, on your current album, How many songs do y'all have out?
5.
Okay, and they are?
In order, Bouquet.
What?
Bouquet.
Okay, you need to talk into the mic.
Bouquet.
Okay, is that like a bouquet of flowers?
No, it's Bokeh. It's a film and photography term.
Okay.
It's directly reference to, like, if you see a picture of like a person and they have like lights behind them and the lights look like little orbs, they're like not in focus.
Mm-hmm.
That's bokeh.
Okay.
Uh,
Kind of like Jacob right now.
And the second track is Brian Foley, which we just talked about at length. The third track is Puggy Jackson, which is a title track. Fourth track is Visiting Hours, which was the single before we released the album.
Yeah, it was the first song we put out.
And the last track is Happy Ending.
Yeah. And that's all on Bandcamp. Again.
Okay,
Spotify too.
It's on the Bandcamp and Spotify. Pretty much everywhere. Is it on SoundCloud?
No, we don't have a SoundCloud, actually.
Well, we should get on that.
Should we? Should we really?
Here's Brian Foley. I don't know what just happened.
I'm just playing some random loop now, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
That was
Okay, whatever.
whatever that was interesting.
Yeah. Okay, this is too much fun. All right. Okay. Prior to the yow, that was a few minutes of Brian Foley. Okay, gentlemen. Okay. Yeah. The name of this show is all about STEM radio.
STEM.
Science.
Okay. What does what y'all do have to do with STEM? I'm just throwing that question out there.
Huh.
I can answer this.
Do it.
Uh-oh.
Well, music in
Okay.
general, just what audio is, and well, I mean, I guess we can go into the
back it up.
subcategory of what audio is. Sound, just the fluctuation of air.
Yes.
Well, yeah. There we go. There's my answer.
Yeah, I mean, it is science. I mean, what's it? It's called
technology.
audio engineering. That's
Audio
what you do
engineering,
when you
yeah.
produce it. You're engineering the audio.
So think about who produces your music.
It's me.
Aaron does.
Okay, so you're self-produced.
Yes. I
So-
feel like that's one of the better ways for us to get our point across.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like when we write the songs, we have the best idea in mind for what they could be, and having complete control of the way they sound better emphasizes what they're about.
And we're lucky enough to have someone who is as multi-talented as Aaron
Yeah, I mean,
to produce it. So there's no, not only are we saving a lot on like a fiscal front, you know, because producers and recording studios are a lot of money, but also we don't have to go through that third party to try and get the sound we want across, like Aaron was talking about, to get the sound and get the point across as best as we can.
And there's a lot of creativity that we can use because Aaron is the one who's doing it. So, like, we can take it at whatever pace we want, and we can try whatever we want because, like, we're the ones at the computer or Aaron's the one at the computer. And so, like, a song like our song Puggy Jackson, if you listen to it, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's only 3 of us, but because of the recording process Aaron's done a lot of work in making it sound all
There's a lot of cool
Yeah.
auxiliary effects on
It's
that
cool.
track.
Sure.
Okay. Now, how long does it take y'all to put a song together? I know you've got to write it, but go from you've got it written. You know what you want. How long does it take you? Going into the studio, what do you do? What is the expectation?
The process? Or
The process. The process.
Okay, so we're talking from the point of the song is written.
Yes.
Now we're going to record it and all that stuff. Okay, so I would say, we spend however long figuring out what the idea of the song is. And typically we just start bass line with just what we play. So just drums, bass, and guitar, and vocals, of course.
Thought y'all didn't sing.
We do little oohs and ahs in the background. We think it adds some texture. But as far as along the lines of how long it takes, it doesn't take too long. We do just a day for each instrument, really. Jacob does his drums in a day. If we do that early, I'll do my guitars in the same day.
Okay, guitars. How many guitars?
I typically just do 2.
Okay.
I think the most I've done is 4 in a song. And then we'll do bass. And if we feel like something else needs to be added, or if I feel like something needs to be added, I'll bring it up to the guys. And they'll let me know if they think that's cool or if that's not cool. And we'll just roll with that. So I'd say the production process probably just takes a week for a song.
Now my question, you said you do each section separately. So how do you bring that together? I mean, how do you overlay it? Like you said, Jacob does the drums, Nick does the bass, you do, 1, 2, 3, 4 guitars, and then then you do the singing. Is that all done at one time, or is it overlaid? I have no clue.
Right. So them two will, maybe just Aaron and usually both of them will do like a demo with them playing to a metronome, and then it's like the guitar and the bass, and I'll listen to that, and then I'll record my drums with Aaron. And so then Aaron will have the drums, and then when them two record, they'll just listen to my drumming. Or unless, do you usually have the guitar?
It depends on. Sometimes I need the guitar. Sometimes the guitar will distract me. For instance, on Happy Ending, because the bass for that is just so many eighth notes. I had to just listen to the drums so I could really get in the pocket because the guitar was just distracting at that point.
Yeah. So it's all done on the computer. Aaron usually takes care of it, and we'll set it to a click, and everything will just stack on top of each other.
Yeah. We typically practice the heck out of it, so we when we get to studio, we just lock it in. We have everything just synced up the way we want it.
We usually have a song done for a while before we go to record it, just because we beat it to death.
Yeah.
We just beat it into our brains so we can
move sections and stuff. Yeah.
Right. We could. I mean, for our EP, I'm pretty sure we could play it with our ears closed and our eyes covered at this point.
Yeah.
So okay, what software do you use?
I produce in Pro Tools.
Okay.
Pro Tools 12.
12.
My baby is from the South.
I literally didn't even hear it. Weird.
12.
I just said it. I don't know.
You fell back into that Alabama, Mississippi, Laredo, Texas split when the family used to call just to hear you talk. Mama, will you brush my hair?
Oh man.
Yeah, but so. Basically, I know y'all save a lot self-producing.
Yes.
Okay. And, with Pro Tools and all that other stuff that you do. But how do you put yourselves out there? Because, hopefully I have some young people listening. How do you put your music out there? Because, back in the day, when, I was listening to Prince and B.B. King and all of those people, it wasn't as easy to put yourselves out there.
Yeah, I mean, we're lucky in that there's the internet and you can put your music, and we post a lot on different sites and get feedback from people in different places because anyone in the world can listen to it. And then we're fortunate that there's a good music scene in the DFW, and we've got a friend named Max who does booking and just all about playing and going places.
Really, so much of it is about going out and playing because you make so many connections, and a lot of musicians around here are really excited about music. So we played our first show, and from that first show back in when was that? Like November? Or it was before November, wasn't it? Because we played one show and then we wrote the album and then we played another show.
October maybe.
So
I think it was
probably
October.
We played our first show in October, and immediately from that, some of the bands that played with us were like, hey, would you like to play another show with us?
Yeah.
And just things like that, the music scene around here kind of promotes itself, and the people who like that band would come to the next show and see us, and the cycle continues as long as we keep putting ourselves out there, booking shows, and being active on the internet. I think that's our biggest forms of promotion.
It's really not. It's not so different today than it was in the 60s, 70s, or 80s. We have the advantage, of course, of the internet, but when it comes to bringing people into your shows, a lot of it is just you just gotta do the footwork, pay your dues. You gotta play at house parties and awful bars until you make the connections, or until you get a big enough draw.
Yeah.
Bar mitzvahs and quinceañeras, and
I wish someone would ask us to play at a bar mitzvah. That'd be so weird. That'd be so new.
You gotta brush up on your Hebrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, like you said, you got to pay your dues. You got to pay your dues because, Aaron doesn't know this.
Uh-oh. I don't like the beginning of the story.
Aaron doesn't know this. Long before he was born. Oh, trust me, I sang in a few clubs back in the day. And back when I could sing, back when I was in my 20s. But he messes with me. He'll a couple of times I've got up and recorded. I'm like, dang, I can still hold a note. But then when he'll have me do something, he goes, Mom, you sound like gospel.
Sing it straight. What are you doing? It doesn't need that run right there.
Don't hold that note, Mama. Don't hold that note. Amazing. All right.
So it begins.
But okay. Who does vocals on your songs?
We've all done vocals on it, but mostly just
Jacob
me and
has
Nick.
sung something?
Not really. Not really.
He's shouted in the background of.
They had me yelling a little bit.
Yeah, we got Jacob to do some yelling, some group stuff, and Brian Foley. I do the background vocals for Nick, who's singing lead, and then Nick will do the background vocals for some of my stuff and the other songs.
And they're both. Aaron and Nick both have their own music. They've both been in bands, and they're both really good songwriters and singers. So having two people in your band who can sing and write songs is pretty cool, because we've usually had just Aaron as a songwriter, and so having two. And they can do the harmonies.
Yeah. Harmonies.
They can do harmony. Okay.
Disbelief.
No, they can. They can. So, luckily, you've got the talent for, doing some of the audio. Lord, I forgot the baby's name. Jacob. Jacob, you also have a background in communications.
Yes.
So what avenues did you take? What's your path?
Oh man, I don't know. In what way?
Do you lean more toward the visual arts or the like the music. Well, the music, yeah, I know, because that's your hobby thing.
Right.
I mean, your life thing right now. But what focus do you have for communications?
Yeah, so I do a lot of like, my focus was on like web design.
Oh, I like that.
And social media, things like that. And so that's even helped with the band, because there's a few social media things, it's important. Like, there's like practices in social media to get attention, and like there's ways to post that more people will see it and get more likes and stuff like that, followers. And so we've used, especially on Instagram, because I don't know, social media is crazy, because you can just blow up, and then suddenly all these people will be paying attention to you, and you don't really have to do much. It just kind of happens. But there's like some things,
So, I mean, how important is social media for you guys?
Oh, it's very important.
Very. It helps remind people who enjoy our music, remember when our shows are. Remember that we actually have music.
Right.
Because we had social media before we actually had music. It helps people remember what our faces look like.
I mean, it's free advertising.
It is
more or
free
less,
advertising.
And like, there's even, like we said, like some forums and stuff that we've posted our music to, and that's a different kind of social media, but we've had people from, all over, everywhere, who've listened to our music and are like, if you ever do a show here, let us know, like, or post something. And like, with social media, you can do that. You can like extend your reach anywhere. And so that's important when you want people to hear your music.
Speaking of the forums, there's been this guy the last 2 times I've posted that's like, why are you promoting pugs? And I'm like, it's like,
That's funny.
Yeah, so your artwork is a pug. How does that speak about your music? And I'm like, dude, did you listen to the, like...
It's a pug cosmonaut, man.
It's You didn't make it to the 3rd song, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, why are you so upset?
What a hater.
Why is he so vehement about pugs?
Maybe he doesn't like pugs. He likes mastiffs.
Oh.
Dang.
Well,
what an evil guy.
Dude needs to get better taste in smaller dogs.
He's a
Right.
But, because, me, Aaron and I have been talking the last few weeks. I've got a book that's getting ready to come out called Taylor's STEM Adventures, Hawaii, because we used to live in Hawaii and we did a lot of stuff there. And, I've been told I need to do a video and, put it out there. And I'm sorry, I'm cute, but I've never thought, okay, I don't know.
Time to get in front of a camera, cute.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm the same way. These guys always want to bring cameras and stuff. I'm like, please, just
That's
let
part
it
of the
be.
social media thing. Nick, I'm trying to put us out there.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll have to get over it, huh?
Yeah. It's
Everybody
not
goes,
as bad
"Yeah."
as you think. It's just like hearing yourself. I'm sure the first time you heard yourself on this radio, you were like, that's what I sound like.
All About STEM Radio on the Blue Bowl on Fishbowl Radio Network.
Subscribe, like, and comment. You're just like, it's the same thing as that. You're just like, oh, that's what I sound like. And after a while, you're like, oh, that's what I look like.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just kind of get used to it. You're just
Oh,
like,
that's-
oh, yeah, that's me. Let's just keep going.
I guess it's something I'm gonna have to deal with and get over, because I'm gonna have to put myself out there. I've got a face for radio. I've got a figure for radio.
It actually took me a second to understand what that meant. I was like, oh.
Because they always want, go Facebook Live. For what? Because that's why that camera's over there. We can go Facebook Live.
Oh, wow.
No. I know. I have to get over it. I'm cute. Okay. Yeah.
Some people really like to see who's talking for like
Yeah.
podcasts and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. So
Yeah. Okay.
maybe they just want to see you.
Yeah. Now I know next door in the Gray Bowl they're doing Facebook Live, so I guess that'll have to be something that I'll learn eventually.
definitely.
Eventually.
You got the means to do it. Why not give it a try?
You can get paid for doing Facebook Live. They can give you money based on views.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Huh?
They do that with
Sponsor?
Periscope too.
Oh, okay.
What is Periscope?
Periscope is like Twitter's Facebook Live. It's a separate app, but it's like a live streaming via Twitter.
It's like
And
mobile streaming. It's like lets you stream from your cell phone without
Yes.
having any like video equipment or anything. So you can pop open Periscope and just like, hey
I'm
world,
Right.
getting a burrito.
And that's another
What should I
thing
get on
we'll
it?
do is we will Instagram live and things like that, our band practices. And that's another way, like social media, like friends of ours or whoever can pop in and watch our band practice, see what we're working on, listen to whatever we're working through.
Okay. Y'all know I don't have an Instagram account. I don't tweet. I don't, drop it like it's hot or anything like that. So, okay. So you can go, what do you call it? What did you say? Instagram Live?
Right, Instagram Live.
Which we are right now, actually.
Yeah, we're live on Instagram here.
Oh, is that why your phone is popped up over there?
Yes.
I'm not in that, am I?
No.
no.
Okay, go put me in it because y'all say I have to be in social media.
We're just getting you started.
Turn around so I can see me. So I just learned something today. I never
what she
ever
looks
heard
like.
of Instagram Live.
Instagram Live.
Okay, and can you go live tweet
Yeah,
that was
through Periscope.
thing.
through Periscope?
Mhm. So now all the social medias have
Some
live
sort
streaming.
of live streaming on them.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Yep.
It's crazy. You can just start up a live stream anywhere as long as you've got even 3G connection.
Right.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Y'all got to teach me some stuff before I go to South Korea.
Definitely.
South Korea.
South Korea.
Yeah, maybe I need to come over there and play. Let me see what's going on in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Play in South Korea.
We got a
That'd be
guy
cool.
we know
Yeah.
working stuff over there.
Yeah, y'all do K-pop.
Oh, man.
Okay. We'll learn some dance moves.
We got to find the
Yeah.
right makeup for all of our skin tones.
Got to learn to work our hips too.
Have y'all seen Aaron dance?
I would love to.
Not even God has seen me
I have,
dance.
I have pictures at Monica's Quinceañera and,
Oh, yeah.
and on the last cruise that we went on when you were little.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know better.
But so social media is important. Now, one of you said earlier something about SoundCloud. What is that?
It's a streaming website.
Okay.
Just, you know about Spotify,
Yeah, you told me about Spotify.
iTunes. You can stream stuff on iTunes now.
Okay, yeah.
It is just a website where you can upload your music and, send the link to people and they can listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that.
Well, not trying to talk about money, but based on all of this free streaming and putting yourself out there and all of that, is there any revenue that'll be moving this way
When you say this way, you're talking about
to you guys?
to us. Okay.
I mean, like it
Oh,
can.
I know you're not gonna give me any money.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
I think with music, the way the music industry is now, it seems is like the money is in the ticket sales. So you put your music out there, and like you might take a loss through the streaming because people aren't buying your CD or not having to make the purchases. But you're releasing the music so people will come to you. It's like the music is advertisement for the concert. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And you got to have a good show so you're better than the music.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah.
We do
Good
have a
stage
couple
presence.
of people who, because I guess our primary place where we have our music is on Bandcamp, and they have the option where you can either set a price. I believe our EP is set at $5, but we have our single out for free, right?
I think that's still free. Yeah.
Yeah, so our single is free, but you can also name your price on it. So we've had people who, even though the song is free, they've been kind and generous enough to
Donate.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a couple
That is-
dollars our way.
Yeah.
That is so sweet. That
They
is
appreciate our music enough. It's really validating to
Yeah, for sure.
have someone pay for something that's free
Yeah.
because they enjoy it so much.
Also, to anyone who's on the stream, if you have questions, you can leave us questions.
Okay. Oh, I couldn't hear you because
Oh,
you
yeah.
were leaning like
Just a million miles away from the microphone. Yeah.
You got to talk
Yeah.
into the mic, dude. You got to learn that.
There's just some people there that are like, "Am I too late for the stream?"
Uh,
But so, are you really enjoying what you're doing now? See, y'all some young guys. Y'all got a lot of years ahead of you.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I know all my questions are good.
See, me and Jacob have been in a lot of bands together, made a lot of music together, and Nick has been doing music for years. And one of the, we talk about it all the time, some of the things, I think we really enjoy each other as people, and I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think we all, up front, we're just okay, so we're doing this. We're all in this, right?
Yeah.
And we are all really locked into the idea of doing this and doing this as best as we can, and trying to any idea we have, put it out there. Trying to make sure I'm not skipping over anything.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, right, we've all been in a lot of bands, and we've all, we do this because we love it, And I, especially up front, I was like, yo, I'm not just trying to, do this as only a hobby. If I want to be as successful as we can possibly be with it. And they were both like, well, yeah, obviously. So it was really, I don't really want to say fortunate, but that's the only word that comes to mind right now, that it was good timing, all of our goals aligned. We're all really good friends, I would say. Hopefully I'm not the only person that thinks that.
Until Yoko Ono shows up.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Looking at you, Aaron.
No, I'm thinking about the
Oh,
Beatles,
Yeah.
What happened with the Beatles.
Happens with a lot of bands.
It does happen with a lot of bands.
But, and Aaron and Jacob, I've noticed y'all are so different from when we used to play at, when y'all used to play and, being a band mom.
Oh, yeah.
And what was the place?
The
over
Profit
in
Bar?
Oh, God.
The Profit Bar.
Yeah,
a million times.
There's a lot of those shows from back in the day, and it's just
Right,
can't believe it.
Paying your dues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paying your dues. Go back
Yes.
to that.
Yeah.
Getting the little X on your hands because you were 16 and 17 years
Yeah.
old.
It's I can be here. My mom's here. I swear, she's right there. She's
Your
the one
mom,
waving her hand, smiling.
Jacob's
with her
dad.
phone.
Yeah.
Going through my purse, getting fruit chews.
You're making it sound like I was 5.
Oh, not only you, the whole band.
Yeah. Dude, those fruit chews were super good.
No, it was worth
It's
it.
that brand, man.
Oh, and there's some in the pantry at the house, Jacob.
What do they
Yes.
call
Wait
it?
a minute.
Black Forest?
Yes, the
Yeah.
Black Forest.
Shout out to
ones.
Black
Those
Forest.
are so good.
So good, man.
All right, okay, we got off topic.
Gummy bears.
But
Gummy bears.
But what would you want to say to any young band members or any young guys or ladies who want to start putting themselves out in music or, video or something like that?
Do it.
Yeah, just do
There's
it.
too many reasons not, or
You've got too many reasons to do it.
yeah, you
There's
got
no
too
reason
many
not
reasons to do it.
And you can get a free app to record yourself. And
Yeah.
I mean, even if you don't think you're good and you record something and you're like, man, that was so bad, you can get better from it. I don't like what happened here, so what can I do so next time that's not what it is? And when you do something, you can only get better at it. Well, that's probably not true. You can probably
When you keep doing something, and like what you said, if you record yourself and you realize that you don't like something, you can change that something.
right.
And that's, getting better in the direction you want to get better in.
Right.
Yeah.
The big thing, the biggest thing I think that I would say is just to start and just to do it, but also realize that any skill, music especially, is a journey for you. So don't. It's really hard. It's probably the hardest thing you can do, but you can't compare yourself to someone else. You don't compare yourself to your favorite band because your favorite band has been doing this. Compare yourself to yourself, and sometimes it's healthy to compare yourself to equally skilled peers. But if you're taking lessons, don't go into your lesson like, man, my teacher is so good, I'm never going to get there. Why do I even try? Or like, this band is so good, I'll never get there. Why do I even try? Chances are your teacher or that band, like us, has been trying and pushing out music and practicing and doing our best for literally years. You know, I've been working at it I've been doing music for more than 10 years now, and I'm only 22. So
And
that's
so
my
is
biggest
Aaron.
thing.
I've been doing it since I was 6.
Right.
And you know what? And you know, when you said don't try to be like, you know, some group or some band out there, I think for Aaron, it was a godsend. His guitar instructor, we never knew really who he was. He was just Charles to us.
Right.
And then we found out later he was Charles McCampbell from the Mac Band. And I'm like, what? And he goes, oh, Mary, you didn't know that? I said, no. He goes, no wonder you treated me normal. And I still treat him normal. I got a text from him the other day. But, yeah, I like what you said. So maybe I do need to get in front of the camera and, you know, really push Taylor STEM Adventures, Hawaii.
Absolutely.
There's no reason to not.
Yeah, I got a face for radio.
And then back to self.
See, and back to self. So, all right, now, how do people? We've got a couple more minutes. Now that I'm doing an hour, Aaron, this like goes by so fast. How would people find your music? Go back. Wait, back up.
Go back.
Name of the band,
We are Melon Soda.
and you are,
I'm Aaron. I sing.
I'm Nick. I play bass
and sing,
and sing.
And I'm Jacob, and I play drums.
and yell.
And yell.
So, how would people find your music?
Bandcamp.com/melonsodatx. Or is it just Melon Soda?
I think it's just Melon Soda. But
Okay.
also, if you have iTunes or Spotify, we're on those as well.
Yeah, Melon Soda, Flight of Puggy Jackson. And we're on
YouTube.
Twitter.com/melonsodatx, Instagram.com/melonsodatx, Facebook.com/melonsodatx.
And that is melon like the fruit, soda like the drink.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is delicious, and you should try.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Try it with a float.
Let's get one tonight, actually.
Oh, dude, yeah, that sounds
I'm
good.
actually super
A
down.
float.
Y'all are hilarious. But, ladies and gentlemen,
Did we listen to the Flight of Puggy Jackson?
No,
that's coming up next.
That's our
We're gonna
Titular
play it out.
track.
our fade out.
Yeah, it's coming up next before the advertisements.
Beautiful.
I got this.
Hey, she's a professional,
pro.
Aaron.
She's a
I was
pro.
just checking that.
You notice you have touched no controls since you've been here this time, and the screen went to stripes, and I didn't touch anything. It just did it.
Maybe I should have touched the thing.
No,
earlier.
no. But hey, guys, it has been so great having y'all on. And, you know, people were probably like, when y'all first started, okay, what does this have to do with the STEM? Well, think about it. The social media, they do their own recording. They do their own production.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying this right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And hopefully soon videos.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to just start documenting what we're doing
Oh, yeah.
and playthroughs, so you can see our beautiful faces playing our instruments.
There you go.
So I mean, and they're good, y'all. They're really, really good, and they're a little noisy sometimes, but
They have to be.
I do have earplugs. So thank y'all, and
Thank you.
next week, who do I have? My brain just stopped. I have a wonderful guest next week, but hey, guys, you know I'm gonna have y'all on again,
Awesome.
Awesome.
and keep posting. Do y'all have a Facebook page for
Yep.
it?
We
do.
Yes.
Melon Soda TX.
Oh, okay.
One
So,
word.
Melon Soda TX. So, hey, guys, keep it up. Keep up the good work. Keep making far too much noise in my house. And until next time, this is All About STEM Radio.